Hey guys, Ranger here, and welcome back to part 2 of the Season 7 finale of MLP FiM, which is Shadow Play. Part 2. So, without further ado, and I've been doing a lot, let me go ahead, full screen, and let's begin with the episode. Make sure it's still recording. Good, it's still recording. Don't you dare stop recording. You do, I'm going to smack your face. Full screen. Attempting. I'm trying to render another video at the same time, so it's causing a lag. So, part 2. Start the video. 3, 2, 1, click. Previously on My Little Pony.
That's the last entry.
I love this music, this atmospheric music that's playing here too.
All those legendary ponies were real too, and then none of them were ever heard from again.
They used their magic to open a portal to Limbo. We need to find items that are connected to the pillars in some way.
And they all glow whenever they pick them up.
You cannot bring only the pillars back.
We brought back King Sombra's King Sombra's Heartless. We brought back King Sombra's Heartless. I mean, seriously, that's what it looks like. It looks like King Sombra's Heartless. Now he's going to try to take over Kingdom Hearts. So, oh, actually, you know, that does kind of make for an interesting concept. That's King Sombra's Heartless. King Sombra was the original form. Now that's his Heartless. So where's his Nobody? I don't know. I'm trying to adjust my headphones here. There we go. There we go. I had to adjust them. Now let's see.
Your pitiful attempt to imprison me has failed, Starswirl. You must return us to Limbo. It's the only way to stop him.
How?
I only figured out how to bring you back.
Working on it. No table of contents.
Allow me to assist.
Oh, crap! Oh. God. Oh. The book!
There! Without the power of Bonehenge, your banishing spell is useless. You have studied my writings. Surely you have some other plan.
No, I just wanted to save you. I didn't think...
Don't fret. When I extinguish the light and hope of this miserable world, you won't remember any of this. This one is almost as strong as you, Starswirl. But even in my weakened state, she cannot stop the might of shadows.
I like the guy's look. No!
Lucky for her, she's not...
Yeah, boy!
Know this, fiend. We will not rest until we find a way to return you to Limbo. Never! Your days of glory are through, Starswirl. Now my dark power will reign, and you six will bow to me!
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
That is a riddle we must unravel. And
Yeah, we finally hear her voice!
How long have we been gone?
Over 1,000 years.
Then my spell worked, before it was meddled with, and the realm has been at peace for a millennia.
We did have to save everybody from Nightmare Moon and Discord and Chrysalis and King Sombra and Lord T-Rex, and there was that one time when Starlight traveled through time and almost destroyed life as we know it. That's all in the past.
If you were truly this
Oh my
accomplished,
gosh.
we will stop the Pony of Shadows twice as fast together.
We shall see. It is an easy thing to say you have saved the world. It is quite another to do it.
Oh, we've saved the world, Beardo. We can do it again.
Be that as it may, the problem of locating the Pony of Shadows remains, and this land is vast.
It sounds like you need a map. Luckily, we have just the thing.
Something about this magic seems familiar.
The Tree of Harmony.
Did you know he can do that? He's Starswirl. He can do anything.
This map, and indeed this very castle, are grown from the seed we planted over 1,000 years.
What?
And it did work.
what worked? Each of us infused a crystal seed with our magic in hopes that it would grow into a force for good.
We wanted
I love
to
her
leave
voice.
something to protect the realm in our absence, but we never dreamed our gift would become so powerful.
Y'all mean the elements came from you?
Oh my gosh.
You know, the sparkly crystal things that grow from the tree of harmony and represent each of us?
Oh my gosh!
Generosity, loyalty, kindness, and magic.
They are reflections of our own elements of hope, strength, beauty, bravery.
So they're not
healing,
distinct, but they are connected. Oh my gosh.
We
Oh.
had no idea our small seed would bloom into the living spirit of the land. I am glad our mantles have passed to such capable ponies.
More importantly, we no longer need Ponehenge to send our foe back to Limbo. We can use the stored magic in this tree of harmony.
But doesn't a banishing spell take a lot of power? We'd have to sacrifice the elements for that.
Oh boy.
They'd be gone forever.
Oh my gosh.
Star Swirl, I don't think the tree can survive without the elements. If it dies, Equestria will suffer.
If the Pony of Shadows has his way, your land will not exist. So, unless you have a better idea... Our foe will seek dark places from which to draw power. I will prepare my spell, so that we may strike as soon as you find him.
What are we waiting for?
I like your spirit.
Oh boy, there goes fan art of them too. Oh gosh. I feel sorry for Twilight here because she just had the best of
What about this
intentions. You came back and bit her in the butt.
Sea pony etiquette isn't gonna help right now, Spike.
Twilight? Are you okay?
I just unleashed ultimate evil and doomed Equestria because I was obsessed with meeting my idol. Why wouldn't I be okay?
You didn't know
Face
that was gonna
desk.
happen.
But I should have listened to you and left things alone. Now the elements of harmony will be lost to fix my mistake.
Maybe there's another way.
If there is, Twilight will find it.
Portal gate, portal keys, portal spells. Yes! If the pillars can hold open the gateway to Limbo, a powerful pony can do the banishing spell herself. Do you know what this means?
Twilight?
I can stop carrying books.
The pillars don't have to leave Equestria. Even though we'll lose the elements, we'll have the ponies that created them, and the Pony of Shadows will be banished for good.
That's great. But I was thinking of another way that maybe doesn't involve banishing at all.
Star Swirl knew what he was doing when he cast that spell. If I can make it even better, maybe he'll see that I take magic as seriously as he does.
I see what's going on here. Yep.
It seems the dark places Star Swirl indicated on the map have changed.
I bet the Pony of Shadows would have loved the ghastly caverns before 1,000 years of erosion turned it into the ghastly gorge.
The Appaloosian wastes sure sounded dark and desolate. Who knew they would become such a popular square dancing destination? And I get how this part of Equestria used to be cast an eternal night, where the Pony of Shadows could draw power and wreak havoc while ponies were powerless to stop him. But it's gonna be a comeback. Did I mention it's really bright?
It seems there are fewer dark corners in the realm these days.
Isn't that a good thing?
True. The Pony of Shadows will have a hard time regaining power. When he rears his head, we'll be ready.
Isn't there some
There's gonna be
way
fan art of
banishing
those
without
two, I know
losing
it.
all of you?
Oh, I wish there were. But to
I see
save
what-
our home, we are willing to leave it.
I see what Twilight is doing. She wants to prove herself. But Starlight does have a better idea.
Without all of you having to go as well.
Twilight is trying to impress her idol.
Enthusiasm, Twilight. This is hardly the time to take risks on half-baked spells.
Oh
Begging
dear.
your pardon, Mr. the Bearded, but Twilight doesn't do anything halfway.
Especially not magic.
Seriously, she got her wings by finishing one of your spells.
I think you'll find her work is worth reading before you dismiss it out of hoof.
No, that's a real friend
While it
standing
was
up
an
for your
unconventional
standing up for your
approach,
friend.
I believe it could work.
I suppose there is a chance.
But we still have no idea where to find the villain.
The map's calling you.
we should try there?
Okay.
The Hollow Shades. I think a branch of the Apple family lives there.
They'd have to be pretty distant. The Hollow Shades was abandoned eons ago.
That's odd. The only time the maps called all of us to one place was Starlight's village.
So it's like a supervillain tracker. No offense.
The map will be trying to tell us where the Pony of Shadows is?
The Tree of Harmony acting to protect the light of the realm. Yes, a good thought, Twilight. Notes on this spell. Ready yourselves for battle.
I know I'm not as experienced as all of you, but is banishment really the only option? I mean, it's been a long time. Maybe the Pony of Shadows is ready to talk?
I doubt we can save our homeland with a conversation.
But we could try. Starlight, I'm sure Star Swirl and the others did try.
The Pony of Shadows was not interested in reconciliation. Once a villain, always a villain.
Oh no.
Twilight, Sunburst, would you accompany me? I wish to
Oh my
refine
gosh.
this spell for our use.
Come, we must prepare for the struggle ahead.
I know Star Swirl is a great wizard, but this whole plan seems wrong. The maps only ever sent us to solve friendship problems.
Maybe so, but the Pony of Shadows doesn't really seem like the friendship type.
Honestly, we don't know anything about him.
Well, no pony does.
That's not entirely true.
There's gonna be fan art of those two, I know it.
You all knew the Pony of Shadows before he became what he is now. You must have been friends, so what happened?
The tale of our rift is a sad one.
Whoa. Sirens? Oh gosh!
Stygian was a pony like the rest of us, though more scholar than hero. He recognized our emerging world would need champions to defend it.
He may have gathered us together, but he himself was just an ordinary unicorn who soon grew jealous of our abilities.
He stole objects from each of us. Artifacts to use in a spell.
And we cast him out for it.
We always thought to return and seek
Oh, wow.
forgiveness. But when we saw him again, his heart was bent on revenge. He dashed even my hope of saving him.
But why did he steal the artifacts from you?
No doubt it was an enchantment to take our powers for himself.
I see exactly where Starlight's going here. And I'm with her.
That looks like a lot of work.
It is what must be done, and it would be best if we were not disturbed.
I'm sorry, Starlight, but we can't stop the talk. The stakes are too high and we have to banish Stygian to Limbo. I get it.
Who?
Stygian was the name the Pony of Shadows gave up when he turned to darkness.
And I'm just trying to figure out why.
Envy. He wanted more power than he had, and that desire led him down a path from which there is no return.
I know from experience that's not always true. When the map called you six to my village, it was for a friendship problem. Are you sure this is different?
Stygian wants to destroy all that is good in this world. There's no way to befriend a pony like that.
I guess I'm lucky your idol wasn't around when you decided to be my friend. I might have been banished to Limbo too.
Oh man. Gosh, this is...
I'm glad we have the chance to see what has grown from our
Gosh,
efforts
this is
so
really...
long
This
ago.
hits.
It seems a shame to harm it.
A necessary sacrifice. With the element's power, we will bind the Pony of Shadows in Limbo. And thanks to Twilight, we will remain to watch over the realm ourselves.
I see what Starlight means. Star Swirl believes that once once evil, once bad, always. He doesn't.
How do we use them?
Well, you... Oh, I'm not sure. They simply work for us.
The elements are attuned to you. We must use their magic in pairs.
No problem.
Starswirl believes. Starlight.
Before breakfast.
Starlight believes
it'll
that
be an
there's a
honor
chance
to
to
save a
redeem
quest
him
from
because
Ravel.
that's how she felt. She was redeemed.
I really hope Twilight knows what she's doing.
She wants to show compassion the same way that she was shown it.
I don't remember reading anything
I
that said the
support
Hollow
Starlight
Shades
here,
was
I
like
do.
this.
Oh, the Pony of Shadows must have twisted it to his purposes.
Prepare yourselves. He is here. Stygian, show yourself and face us!
Oh boy. Whoa! Oh crap! Whoa! Where the heck?
I definitely would have remembered reading about this.
Where the heck? Are we in the underground city in Grandview? You know, for Ghost Whisperer?
When you turned your backs on me, I discovered this place. The darkness spoke to me of a power beyond any I could imagine.
Oh, really?
And I listened. The shadow
Really?
and I became one. Soon, all of the realm will be the same. Then all ponies will feel the despair I did when you cast me out. We did what we had to do. You tried to steal our powers for yourself. No, it was you who was selfish. Now, you will pay!
Are you still sure this isn't a friendship problem?
Ready? Open the portal.
I get it. Twilight has a choice. Her idol or her friends.
No! You will not trap me again! Twilight, push him in!
Huh? There's a pony in there.
Whoa!
Are you Stygian?
I was, once, until my friends betrayed me.
But Starswirl says you betrayed them. You wanted their magic.
No, I wanted their respect. I brought them together. I planned strategy and I read all I could about the beasts we faced. But I didn't have magic or strength, so no pony ever noticed me. I went to Ponehenge to make my own copies of the artifacts. With them, I thought I could be a pillar too, and stand by their side in battle. I never wanted to steal their power. But instead of sharing and letting me help, my friends threw me out. So I became stronger than any of them. The darkness welcomed me when no pony would, and I will do what I must to protect it.
This is all a misunderstanding. If the pillars knew how you felt, I'm sure they wouldn't have turned their backs on you. The shadow isn't who you really are. Let me help you be Stygian again.
Even if my friends did still care, what makes you think you have the power to help me?
Because it's what she does. I wasn't so different from you, and Twilight helped me change. If there's one pony in Equestria that can save a friendship, it's her.
I want to believe you.
But the darkness will not be stopped!
Fight the darkness, Stygian! You don't need it anymore! Revenge isn't what you want! Friendship is! Twilight! The shadow won't let go of him! He wants to stop, but he can't do it alone!
Then we must help him.
Friendship power rush! Woo!
The elements! They didn't disappear!
Maybe because we used them for healing magic instead of banishing?
Look!
Long ago, you needed our help, Stygian. But instead of listening, we turned our backs on you. Pride clouded my judgment. I owe you an apology. Thank you for helping us see the errors of our ways, Twilight. It seems I never accounted for the magic of friendship.
Swirl Star? Star Swirl?
You did it.
So, apparently a conversation can save a
Something tells me I will be making a lot of apologies today. I simply cannot believe how tall you've gotten.
Well, it has been over 1,000 years. Will you stay here and teach magic once again? My sister and I have such fond memories of your lessons.
As long as you don't ask for those essays we owed you before you disappeared.
I'm not certain Canterlot is where I belong. The realm has grown, and I believe I'll have a look around before I settle in any one place.
And I long to see what has become of my home.
I believe we all do.
Then I hope you will return to Canterlot on occasion and share the wisdom of your great experience with the next generation of ponies.
We would be honored, but if it is wisdom you seek, look no further than your own pupil. She showed me that the power of friendship is a magical force indeed, and that in turning away from others, you hurt yourself as well.
That's that promo I saw.
It's funny. I thought meeting my idol would give me all the answers I ever wanted, but instead, I forgot what I already knew. Good thing I had a student of my own to remind me.
Aw. Aw. That was a beautiful ending to Season 7. That really was. That was a beautiful ending to Season 7. And I saw what was going on with the story. There was two different perspectives. Twilight, at first, was listening to her idol and believed that he was making the right call, and so she thought she was making the right call as well in banishing that darkness. But Starlight, however, was basing what she was seeing off of her own experience, and she believed that there was another way instead of banishment. She was thinking back to how she had been shown friendship, that experience that she had, the dark path that she had been taking, and how she had been shown friendship, how she had been given friendship, how she had been shown mercy and compassion, love and kindness. And she believed that what they were doing was too harsh, and she hoped and believed that there was another way, that getting deeper to the root of the problem could help instead of just pushing it away. And she was seeing, I mean, it was kind of like Star Swirl was believed that once you are tainted by that evil, that there's no going back. And Starlight began to feel that he was turning away from her as well, that he possibly was looking at her as evil because of the wrong choices that she had made, even though she had been redeemed, even though she won redemption. And so she was feeling kind of like isolated, that he was looking at her in a prejudiced way, that he was looking at her. And so Twilight, however, she wanted to prove herself to her idol. I mean, she had her idol there, she wanted to prove herself. And so in her attempt to try to prove herself and to try to listen to her idol, she was forgetting the lessons that she had learned over time. She was forgetting the knowledge that she already had, the things that she had learned over the past, how many years has she been in Canterlot now? How long has she been in Ponyville now? How long had she been in Canterlot before, and how long had she been in Ponyville? She was forgetting all of those lessons that she had learned over time. And so, as it turns out, there was just a misunderstanding. And the guy he didn't receive any recognition. He had brought the others together, and no one had thanked him. No one had gave him any recognition, and he felt left out. He felt that he couldn't do anything. He was too weak. And so he wanted to try to make copies of those artifacts to try to help out, so that he could try to help out as well. And the others weren't looking at him as a companion, as a friend. And he just wanted that. He just wanted friendship. He just wanted to be a part of that. And as it turns out, they had misjudged, especially Star Swirl. And I think it's really interesting because of that. And this was a really cool thing that Starlight and Twilight both worked together. And there was that reference at the end where Twilight called Starlight her pupil. And this was a really, really beautiful thing, seeing Twilight, who had grown to accept friendship over the time that she'd been in Ponyville, to come to understand it. And then Starlight, who had once had it and then shunned it because afraid of losing it, and been given a second chance, and here she was redeeming herself. And it was really beautiful. I mean, I really loved it. And then seeing just that connection, that all those years ago, everything that these ponies had done, the sacrifice that they had made, had helped to usher in a new generation of saviors, of protectors of Equestria. What they had done had helped to it wasn't just a seed. The seed that they had planted with the elements grew, and it became not just the Tree of Harmony, not just the elements, but there was a new generation of protectors, the main six, to help to carry on that legacy and to help protect Equestria. And it's really, really well done. And I absolutely love this episode. This was a beautiful, pardon me, this was a beautiful ending to Season 7. This was a really beautiful ending to Season 7, and really, really well done. And I really love it. I really, really love it. And so again, it was really interesting. Twilight at the end had to learn to, like, also focus on the friendship that she learned, the lessons that she had learned. And Starlight was right. She was right in that she had had that past experience before. She had used that knowledge of the bad mistakes that she had made to help her to understand better. And I really, like I said, I really love how that they did that, and I really love what they did with this episode as well. Again, it was a great continuation, and it was a great Season 7 finale. And it was really great to see that. And I really love it. I really, really love it. But going over a few of the different aspects of the episode here, I love that moment. I mean, I remember before, whenever Somnambula, whenever she was first introduced, and I think it was Daring Don't, or Daring Done, one or the other, I remember saying that I really wish that we could have heard her voice, and we could have heard her speak, and not just some guy like voicing her. And finally got to hear her voice, and I loved it. It was really cool to be able to hear her voice. And again, we get to see all these characters back, which was really cool to see. And that moment whenever Twilight explains, says, yeah, I just doomed Equestria because I was obsessed with meeting my idol. Again, it was hilariously put, but yeah, that was pretty much it. That moment where she faced desks or faced tables, really, really hilarious. I love that. And then that adorable little moment. And then we get that little that Starlight does. But again, I really love how that they did this. Again, how Twilight was still trying to prove herself. She was still trying to prove herself to Star Swirl. And it was interesting to see these characters be put into a modern world. To see how much the land had changed all that time, all those years, centuries passed, things were different. And I don't know how the characters are going to adapt to the modern time, but here they are in modern Manhattan at night. And Now this scene, now this scene here with Pinky, I remember seeing. I think it was part of the promo or something. Sonambula. I saw this scene. I think in the promo. No, it wasn't a promo. At least yeah, okay. I think it was part of the promo, but I was trying to avoid it. Like I just glanced and I saw this scene. Now the other scene that I mentioned with the characters, with all these characters hugging, that was on Discovery's Give Thanks promotions that they were doing through Thanksgiving. That's where I saw that scene from. But again, the moment, how does Pinky get access to this big giant thing just like that in Manhattan? Don't know, but she does. And again, it's really I really love seeing all these characters bond just differently. And it's really interesting to see them bonding, not their ancestors, but with people who, with other ponies who were part of that generation. You know, the past people who were able to help out. And I love that moment whenever, at first Twilight was feeling down about her magic, but then all of her friends stepped up to say, yo, Star Swirl, you might be the old man, but I'm going to tell you right now, Twilight is powerful. She knows her stuff. She knows magic. That little moment whenever Rainbow makes a mention about a supervillain tracker, and then she says, no offense. And then that little moment, that little moment whenever Starlight's eyebrow just raises, like, yeah, thanks, I'm standing right here, thank you. I love that little moment, I love that moment. But again, I still kind of feel bad for Starlight here as well, because, like, she still regrets what she did in the past. She still has bad memories of it, and she still regrets it. And it feels natural, and I still love it, because I love that they're not just having her forget it. And I know some people have complained about them bringing it up a lot, but in actuality, it is like real life. I mean, you can make a bad choice, but not everybody is going to let you forget it. They will bring it up sometimes, and it's just like real life. And I don't feel that they are punishing Starlight. I don't. If anything, I think, this is how I'm looking at it. I think Starlight is punishing herself. It takes me back to whenever Luna was Nightmare Moon, and she let that darkness take hold of her. And then later on in Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep, we learned that Luna had created this nightmarish version, this nightmarish dream, to haunt her every night, but to remind her of what she did. And she was mentally and emotionally torturing herself, punishing herself for what she had done. I think that Starlight is also suffering. Now, we haven't seen it, but I kind of imagine that she's had nightmares before, woken up in the middle of the night having nightmares of what she'd done before, about what could have happened had Twilight not have given her friendship. And I think she is suffering from it, but it's a slow process. She's come to terms with what she had done. She's a former villain, but she has that experience, and she's able to use that to her advantage to help others. And I really love what they're doing with that. I love how they're not just having everything be forgotten. Like, okay, you're a good guy now. All's forgiven completely. They've forgiven her. But it's still brought up from time to time, but Starlight is still haunted by that. She's still haunted by what had happened. And it's this thing where she will have to, deal with. But again, I love how that she was able to help out here and be able to do something. I love that. Now, this rainy scene where we see this castle, I freaking love this. This is absolutely beautiful. I really love this scene. How just the castle looks. The castle looks like this beautiful, like a Cinderella, like a Disney Cinderella-esque sort of style. I love the soft illumination on the castle walls, like the lighting on the ground, and like it's brighter on the bottom, it gets dimmer as it goes up. I love that look. I love that beautiful look to that. And then you see the sky, you see, like it's like a sunset. Again, I really love this scene. I really love this. It's absolutely beautiful. And then Twilight meets the guy inside of that darkness, and the person that he was before. And that darkness took hold of him, and it's exactly like what happened with Nightmare Moon. Like, she was locked away inside of that darkness. It took a real friend to help pull him out of that darkness, which was Twilight and Starlight. And it took I mean, they were real friends to him, and they were trying to show him kindness and trying to say, you know what, he doesn't want to be this way. He wants to have friends. He wants redemption. He doesn't want to do these evil things. And so everybody combines their magic together to try to pull this guy out of this darkness, out of this dark cloud, and they're able to use magic to help pull him out and free him and save him. Star Swirl realizes, I've got, like, I'm going to have some apologies that I'm going to have to make. And, like, everybody, I mean, he realizes he made a mistake. He might, you know, people might have labeled him as a wise wizard, but even he makes a mistake. And I think that's natural. I don't think anyone should hold Star Swirl, you know, to a standard and say, hey, you know, he's old enough, he should know these things. No, because there are still things, like I said, and I've said this before in some of my videos, it doesn't matter how old you get, there's always going to be lessons in life that you're going to learn. There will never be a moment whenever you're done learning. There will never be a moment whenever you've learned all that there is to learn. Even in life, there are lessons that you still will learn. And Star Swirl learned a lesson, and it took Twilight and her friends to help teach him the magic of friendship, something that Star Swirl was not familiar with like that. I mean, he was friends with the others, but there was a different kind of friendship, and it took the others to tell him about that. And I really adore this moment with Celestia and Luna, whenever they're talking to their old teacher. They're talking to their old teacher, and he tells them, look how much you've grown. It's like, you know, it's like an elder seeing a granddaughter or a daughter, or like a niece or something, you know, just seeing them again after years and being like, oh my gosh, look how far you've come. And I love this little moment whenever Luna makes the mention about, I hope you won't make us finish those essays that you want us to write before you disappeared. I love that little moment. It's real, it's natural, and I love how here Luna and Celestia aren't fully like the regal sisters. They're like still the little girls that were being taught by this wizard, and here they are, like, kind of retracting back to that, like, please don't make us write an essay, Teach, please, no, don't make us do extra homework. You know, I love that. It's real, it's natural, and it's adorable, and I really love it. I was honestly afraid here at the moment that Star Swirl was going to say that modern Equestria isn't for him, and that it would be best if they go back. I'm really happy that they did decide to stay, and that every pony decided to stay in the modern world and say, you know what, that I want to see my village again. I want to see my home. And I remember whenever I watched the first episode earlier, I wasn't sure how they were going to do that, if the characters would stay in the modern world or if they would go back. I wasn't sure what they would do. And again, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think it's really going to be something of learning and adaptation, because each of these characters are from a different time period. And so they're going to have to adapt to a modern world. They're going to be able to see some of their ancestors, of course. But yeah, it will definitely take some time for them to learn and adapt to that. But honestly, I think it's going to be interesting, because, especially for Twilight here, and I know that's not going to be touched upon, most likely will not be touched upon in future episodes, but Twilight also has each of these characters from a different time period, from a different era, and Twilight has these ponies that she can go and talk to about how life was back then, and so Twilight can do a heck of a lot of research just by talking to each of these characters. Likewise, these likewise the modern main six can teach the ancient or the older main six about modern life. But again, I really love how that they did that as well. And so they're going to go back to their homes, and Celestia told them come back and visit. So I'm really looking forward to seeing. I hope we do get to see them in the future. And whenever Star Swirl makes a mention about, he points to Twilight and says that Celestia and Luna should also turn to their own pupil. Twilight is just standing there in shock, like, what did you just say? And then she begins to smile whenever she realizes that she helped Star Swirl, her idol, to learn about friendship. She helped to teach him something. And then what he begins to say, like, it begins to take hold of her heart, and it begins to grip her to the point that, like, she just begins to break down, and she's trying not to cry, and she's biting her lips. She has this adorable, like, I want to bawl my eyes out right now, and a highly appreciative smile. But my gosh, that face. I mean, yeah. But again, this scene right here with all of them here, I saw this scene, I think it was in a promo or something. And again, this is really cool because you have all these characters together. You have the main six being friends, you have the old main six being friends, then you have the new main six also friends. And so, man, the history here, just so much history. Twilight makes a mention to Starlight. It's a good thing she had a student of her own to help her. And then we get this adorable hug between Starlight and Twilight. And again, friends. Not just like teacher and pupil, but real friends. And again, I really love this episode. And again, I can see, honestly, the relatability there, because I mean, if you got, like Twilight, if you got to meet your idol, yeah, you would want to try to impress them. I mean, it's natural. You meet your idol or someone that you idolize, you don't want to screw up. You want to try to look intelligent. Even if you're not, you don't feel that you're not, you want to try to do something to say, you know, I'm worthy. I want to carry on that legacy. You know, I'm a big fan, yet, you know, I research all this. I'm doing my own thing with this. And you don't want to screw up. And so Twilight wanted to try to do something. She wanted to try to bring back her idol. She wanted to try to help Equestria. But it backfired. She had no idea what the consequence could be. She didn't factor in the calculation of bringing back the ancient evil as well. And so that was an unforeseen circumstance. And so Starlight, she was right in that, you know, the others could have been better left off in the past. But at the same time, Twilight was also right as well. Both were right, because Twilight was able to bring them back. They were able to vanquish that evil for good, not just banish. I mean, not just entrap it, but they were able to free the others and save them and bring them back. And so both were right, and they were able to help each other. And again, Starlight was right because she had that experience from what she'd done in the past, and she wanted to give. I mean, she had been shown mercy, she had been shown compassion, she had been shown friendship, she had been shown love, and so she wanted to give back. She wanted to help out, and it was a situation where someone was looking at it like, I mean, Star Wars was looking at it like, once you're bad, just a little bit bad, always bad. And that has happened in real life. You know, I mean, there are people who will judge you because of something that you have done in the past. Even if you have turned away from that and you want to try to do better, you try to do better, there are still people who will judge and say, you know, you dabbled in that before, you did this or that before, you're still bad, and I'm not going to look at you like you're good, like you have any good in you. Even if you're trying with all your might, with all your heart to try to be good, there are still people who will judge you harshly because of that. And Though granted, there is situations like that whenever people are just pure evil. There is no good in them whatsoever. And there's nothing you can ever do, that would ever bring any good out in them. There are people who are just pure evil. Some people don't want to believe that, but it's the freaking truth. But there are good people out there, of course. There really are some really good people out there. But I mean, it's a situation before, and I've seen that in real life. Whenever somebody has done something that they did in their past and they regretted it, they hated that they did it, but they did it, and now they had that as a learning experience for them, and yet people still judge them harshly because of what they did in the past. And it wasn't like really terrible, but like it was still something that they regretted doing, and still other people had judged them negatively because of it, and they still just wanted a second chance. Some people gave it to them, but some people didn't. And Starlight was basing what she was seeing from her own experience. And even though she had that negative experience, I think that it has benefited her, because she's able to turn it around and use it to an advantage for herself. And she's able to take that into account and help others. And I'm sure somebody has made the jokes that Starlight is still evil. She's just waiting for her next moment to strike. If you want to believe that, have at it. But my belief, what I see, Starlight regrets what she done in the past. She hates herself for it, and she still suffers mentally and emotionally. And in my personal belief, whenever I see that, I imagine that, like, she suffers sometimes more than what she lets on. Like, what goes through my mind is just sometimes there are nights whenever she wakes up, maybe having a nightmare, maybe wakes up crying, and having a nightmare of what had happened before, and how much worse that it could have been. And sometimes, I don't want to say that she's putting on, she's faking, putting on a brave face whenever she's suffering internally, but I do believe that there are times whenever it does haunt her, what happened in the past, and it's something that she wants to forget, but yet she knows that she can't forget it. And I think she also knows that it's better that she doesn't fully forget it, because forgetting it means she didn't learn her lesson. If she forgets it, you forgot the lesson that you learned. And I think that she's using that to her advantage. But again, it was really great to see all the characters come together, to be able to work together to defeat the bad guy, and be able to help him and not just banish that evil. And I know some people would probably bring up others, like Nightmare Moon was redeemed. Discord was redeemed. They tried talking to Chrysalis before. Starlight did, and it didn't work. And I wonder what's going to happen if she comes back. Will they be able to show her friendship, or will she be able to get redeemed, or will she not? I don't know. What about King Sombra? Could they have talked it out with him? Probably not. But again, that was just season 3. Whenever they introduced King Sombra, so and yeah, he's dead. Like, he's dead. He's completely dead. He's not coming back. But again, I really love this episode. And my gosh, the history, all those other characters coming back, Starswirl the Bearded coming back. I mean, finally, after so many years, 7 years of hearing about Starswirl the Bearded, and now we finally see him. We finally see his character. We finally get to hear him. We finally get to see his personality. We finally get to see Twilight seeing her idol. And just, my gosh, the history. My gosh, this was so cool because of that. Again, I really love this episode. I really do think that this was a great finale to season 7. Is it my favorite season finale? Is it my favorite season finale of all of them? It's one of them. It's not my favorite. My most favorite season finale is still the finale for season 2, Canterlot Wedding. That is still my favorite. Another favorite, my second favorite, would definitely have to be the season finale for season, I think it was season 4 or season 5 with Tirak, that one is right. That one is second. This one right here would definitely be third. This one right here would definitely be third for me. My third favorite season finale. But again, I really love this episode. I really love the season finale. It's been a crazy ride. It's been a crazy, amazing ride with season 7. But again, I'm very happy to have seen it through to the end. I know I'm late to the party, but hey, I'm still here. And I'm really looking forward to season 8, and I hope more seasons that come out as well. I'm still hopeful that we'll still get at least a few more seasons anyway. But again, to everybody who worked on this episode, everybody, thank you all so much. Thank you, Hasbro DHX. Thank you to everybody, to every single person involved. Thank you all so much for a wonderful 7th season, for an amazing 7th season. I know some people are going to debate on that, but to me, thank you all so much for a great 7th season. Thank you so much for 7 years of the show. Thank you to everyone for 7 years of the show. And thank you so much for the characters that you've created, that you've developed. Thank you to everybody for 7 years. Thank you for this season 7 finale. And thank you to everybody for all the hard work. And also to Lauren Faust for bringing forth Generation 4 of My Little Pony. Because if it wasn't for her ingenuity, if it wasn't for her creativity, her idea, none of this would have happened. None of this would have happened. None of us would be here. So again, to Miss Faust, thank you. Thank you. And to everybody who worked on this episode, thank you all as well. Thank you so much. Miss Faust, to Hasbro DHX, everybody, thank you all so much for 7 years. Thank you for this season finale. And also to everybody as well, thank you all again for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed. And again, it's been a crazy 7th season. To everybody that's still here, Brohoof. To everybody, Brohoof. And hopefully I'll see some of you again whenever season 8 hopefully starts up. But you can, I can guarantee, I'm still here. I'm sticking around. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here till the end. I want to see what I've been traveling down this road now for probably about 6 years, I guess, 7 years, 6.5 years, and it's been a crazy ride, but I'm not done yet. There's still plenty of miles to go, and I still got plenty of gas in the tank, so I'm ready for whatever happens. So again, thank you to everybody for sticking around through season 7. Thank you to everybody again. Thank you for being here, and thank you, and we're looking forward to what happens next. I'm sure that some who stuck around season 7 won't be there for season 8. To those that won't be around, thank you for sticking around, and I wish you all the best. I wish you good luck on whatever you do in the future, on your future endeavors. But again, to those who are still going to be here, keep your seatbelt on. We're pulling over at a rest stop right now for us to take a break, but soon we'll be getting, before we know it, we're going to be getting back on that highway for another ride. So again, right now we're pulling up, we're already off on the pit stop, and we're going to take a break. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on that highway and continuing on that path. So again, this has been a crazy, wacky, and amazing, awesome season 7. It's been a crazy ride through these past months, but unfortunately I have to say it's over. I really wish I didn't have to say that, but it is. But thank God we still have more to go, and the fandom still exists, so we still got that too. Still got fan fiction, fan art, so, and there's still music out there, I'm sure, and fan animations from time to time, so we still got that. But again, there's part of me that doesn't want to end this video, because I know whenever I click that button, it's over. Season 7's over. This is my last video. This is my last reaction to the episodes of MLP until Season 8 starts. But I do want to end with this. I just want everybody to know, yes, I will, Lord willing, I will try to do Season 8 whenever it comes out as well, just like I have Season 7 and whatnot. I hope I don't fall behind, but I can't guarantee on that. It just depends on what happened and the idiots that I have to deal with. But I do still want to be here. I plan on it. And so I don't want anybody questioning, like, are you still Brony? Are you still going to be Brony whenever Season 8 starts? Yeah, I'm still going to be here. I can't express to everybody enough. I'm still here. I'm not backing down. I've devoted too much time to this. I've dedicated myself too much to this. I'm not turning away now. I've been here. I've watched every single season. I've watched every single episode. I started, like I said, whenever Season 2 was still new. Before, pardon me, I joined before Season 2 was ever halfway over. And I've been here since then, and I'm still here. Pardon me, I'm still here, and I'm going to be here until the end. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. So, I guess for MLP related content, I can still do, I guess, reactions and reviews to some fan-made content. There's still plenty of that out there to, I guess, fill the void between now and Season 8. There's still the Brony Memories thing as well. And just some general discussion topics, like general discussion about the show, things like that I could do. I could do these general discussion videos as well between now and then to fill the void, talk about the show, talk about past episodes, talk about possible future episodes, talk about the characters. I could still do that if somebody wanted to do that, like fill that void in between that, like have a general discussion or a let's talk about, or just a brony discussion or brony talk, something like that. Like a little series or something to span until Season 8 starts. It's just like I could probably do that. Like I could start like a little series like that, like Brony Talk, or let's talk about, probably Brony Talk since it would be related to the show, but like Brony Talk, and like you could ask questions in the comments for subjects, and I can do these little things talking about different things. Some videos, of course, will be longer than others, but I think that would be fun. So again, let me know what you guys think about that, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care. Emperor Hoof!